So Weedmaps has just taken all of your money. You went from paying $400 a month to $1,600 a month, and you're like, Brandon, what do I do? How do I make up the sales? Well, look no further. You've come to the right place. Now, the common answer you must be thinking is that, Brandon, you're just going to tell me to do SEO, or you're going to tell you to rank higher on Google and get some more sales that way. Well, yes. But before we even get there, what we need to do is we need to discuss how to ensure that we improve your conversions and how do we improve the people who visit your website that also end up making a purchase on the website itself. I'm not going to go super technical, but what I'm going to do is give you a few filters that you can use yourself to show you how you can go ahead and figure out if your website is good enough to be deserved of getting more customers to your website without the help of Weedmaps. So step number one is you need to make sure you take a look at your website and say, do I like this website myself? Is this a website that I personally would purchase from? Because all too often do we create a website and say, yeah, I think this is good enough for people to buy, right? When in actuality, your website is representative of your brand. Just like how you wouldn't go into your store and be like, I'm just going to go put some pieces of wood here and put whatever paint here. It's the exact same thing for your website. And far too often, just because people think it's easy to put banners and stuff on the website doesn't mean that they should do it well enough. The second thing then you need to do is then give it to the oldest person or the least tech savvy person that you know. And then what you're going to do is say, hey, John, hey, Sarah, whoever it is, can you take a look at this website on my phone and purchase some sort of product, right? They don't actually have to go through and purchase a product, but ideally you have them do it on your phone and then also have them do it on desktop as well. Because if the least tech savvy person that you know can go ahead and order something on your website, then that means you are A-okay and you're good to go. The third thing then you need to do is focus on your Google Maps listing. So I mentioned this previously. This is called your Google Business Places. And Google Business Places is just the system that Google uses that lets you that lets you put your website on Google in the first place. Ranking comes after, but you want to make sure that you're at least seen. So in the Google Maps section, when you type in restaurant near me, and it shows you the reviews, and it shows the hours, and it shows where the location is, and directions, and all those fun things, you're going to need to create something like that for your dispensary if you haven't created that already. To quickly summarize so far, 1, you've created a website that you yourself would purchase from. 2, you've showed it to the least tech savvy person that you know. And 3, you set up your Google Business Places profile. Now, I just did a video on this, but to quickly summarize the Google Business Places, there's different things that you need to ensure that you fill out. So you need to make sure you fill out the phone number, you need to make sure you fill out the website, you need to make sure you fill out the about page, and you need to make sure you have a lot of good pictures, high quality pictures. You need pictures of your logo, pictures of inside the store, pictures of outside the store, because this is what Google likes. And then you also need to ensure that you also get reviews to your website as well. So all too often do we think that, yes, I have 50 reviews on my profile, that's all. But what Google does is they actually use review velocity as a ranking factor as well. So how often do you get Google reviews? Are you just getting them once and never getting them ever again? Or are you getting them over a sustained period of time, which is super, super important. So you've set up your website. It is good enough for the least tech savvy person. You set up your Google business profile settings, and now you're ready for the magical SEO. When it comes to SEO, what I want you to take into consideration is how many locations do you have? Do you have one location or do you have multi-locations? Do you offer delivery or do you not offer delivery? Because the framework I want you to see SEO in is that your website then ranks for all of the different keywords that you're trying to rank for, but it can only rank for each of the keywords one at a time. So your homepage ranks for one keyword, your category pages rank for one keyword, your location pages rank for one keyword. So I'm going to go into the importance of this in a second, but what I don't want you to do is think that just because you have a nice looking homepage of your website, have an about page, have a contact page, and have an order page, people are going to come in and buy. That can be further from the truth. What you need to do is figure out, okay, if you have one location, you're going to rank for insert city, insert dispensary keyword. That's going to be the biggest keyword that you're going to rank for, right? The next keywords that you're going to start ranking for are category keywords. So you have your flowers, you have your edibles, you have your tinctures, you have your concentrates, and all of these different types of things. So all the different pages that you want to rank for online, you need to go ahead and create the pages that you need to rank for, right? Again, the common misconception when it comes to ranking pages, say you offer delivery, right? Or you own 5 different locations. You don't just have one location page that says you have all the different locations here. You create one specific page for each of the locations that you have. So insert city, insert dispensary, that is one page. for location 1, insert city, insert dispensary 2, that is another page for 2, and so on and so forth as you keep on growing. So if you have 50 locations, you need to make sure you have 50 location pages. After that, if you do delivery, you then also need to create specific delivery pages for the areas that you're trying to rank for. So if you're trying to rank in city 1 through cities 10 because you offer delivery in those pages, you need to create pages for those too. On those pages, you then need to make sure you have the specific content written out. So you can't just say, hey, welcome to this city and this dispensary, and then put on an iframe embed menu and think that's it. You need to make sure you have content, because the way SEO works is that it matches the buyer's intent search query with what they think people will come in and find in the form of links. So if I type in dispensary near me, Google's then going to populate what results it thinks it's right. How does Google figure out what results is right? Well, it's based on the content. What is the content on the website? Is your content relevant to cannabis? Is it relevant to the city? Is it relevant towards the search term that people are searching in online? So what you need to do is also build out a robust content strategy. And I know a lot of people jump automatically to blogs, but when you take into consideration of blogs, you really have two forms of blogs. You have like high buyer intent content, and then you have informational content. So you have things like, what's the difference between CBD and THC? How do I bake a weed brownie? All of these different things, right? And you may get a lot of people, but that doesn't mean they're going to come in and buy. But the people that will come in and buy is if you rank for weed delivery in insert city, weed delivery in LA, because that's what people are coming in for, a high search intent. So you want to make sure when you build out your website, you build out your website as it ranks for different pages, because the different pages are going to allow you for the different keywords that you're trying to rank for. So to quickly summarize, I know I spoke a lot, but to quickly summarize, what we want to make sure we figure out is, 1, is your website good enough for yourself? Are you going to go ahead and purchase on your own website? 2, is it good enough for the least tech savvy person you know to end up buying a product from you? 3, setting up your Google Business Places profile, your phone number, your hours, your reviews, your about page, adding your website to the GBP as well. Very, very important. Then last but not least is you build out your website based on the different things that you want to rank for. So again, ideally you want to rank for insert city, insert dispensary keywords. So you want to make sure you have all the content built out for that. And then you open up more locations, you build out separate pages for each of those locations. And then you also build out pages for each of the categories that you offer. So you would build out a page that says, you know, this is the best flower in all of Detroit, for example, right? So once you put all of those things together, you will then build up the foundation that is needed for you to start ranking on Google, that allows you to start driving traffic to your own website so you get your own data without having to pay for Weedmaps. So if you like this video and you would like to go into a little bit more detail about everything that I spoke about, feel free to click the links in the description below. You can schedule a free one-on-one with me where I'll go through your exact online profile, give you a website edit, give you an SEO edit, and then we can discuss at length whatever topic you want, only if it is about cannabis marketing, of course, for retailers. So until the next video, I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.